have an entourage here watching and wanting to play on the stairs while I'm trying to video. Guys, are you going to play nicely while I video? Skylar? Sarge? Oh, no, here we go. Okay, you guys need to go off and play because I am going to be talking to YouTube. Or are you going to say hello to YouTube? You going to say hello? You going to say hello? Okay. My fur babies and my human baby under the blanket in the corner. She didn't want to be on camera, but that's okay, all good. Anyway, how about I get started on what I am actually wanting to video today. So there are videos out there that show how to set up hooping your little bodysuits or t-shirts onto the hoop for embroidery. And most of those people have multi-needle machines. Not everybody, but most people have multi-needle. I don't. I have a single needle sewing machine and I love my little machine. Yes, I would like a multi-needle. However, that's just not in my budget for the moment, and I've resigned to the fact that it's going to be a while before I eventually have one, and I'm content at that now. I would like to just show you guys how I hoop my little bodysuits. I actually don't place the bodysuit on the hoop. However, I float it on top of the hoop. If you don't know what floating on the hoop means, well, stick along with me and keep watching my video and I'll show you the process I go through to begin my embroidery on my little baby bodysuits. First of all, I've just cranked up my, my big heat press here and my little easy press right there. So I've cranked them up and they're ready to go. So what you first need to do is grab your item that you're going to embroider on, which for me is my little bodysuit, and we're just going to heat press it. So we're just going to heat press the little bodysuit to get it really flat, and then also I'm going to create a crease line right down the middle of my little bodysuit to just to create that perfect center line. I'll show you what I mean, so just stick along. All right. Always protect your little bodysuit with a Teflon sheet. And we're just gonna heat press it, I don't know, 10 seconds, 5 seconds. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so that is nice and flat. What I forgot to do was undo it. So now we're gonna turn the little bodysuit inside out. Then fold it in half. Fold it in half, having the front of the bodysuit on the outside here. So we're actually causing the crease mainly on the front side of the little bodysuit. However, it is inside out. Okay. So now we're going to heat press it. Actually, you don't have to do the heat press again. I'm actually just leaning on here for the moment. I'm going to get my little Cricut easy press to do this next bit. Or you could just do it on the heat press. It doesn't really matter. No, I might as well do it. It's here. So just, yeah, put it in half perfectly, well, as best as you can, you know, making sure that it's all even. Just go for another 5-10 seconds. That should be enough. So then we've created that perfect line, that crease line. And that crease line is the guide for floating on the hoop. Now I'll show you what I mean by floating. Okay, so you'll need your stabilizer and your hoop. So place your stabilizer on the hoop. And just tighten that up. Just ensure that the stabilizer is nice and, you know, not loose. Now I've got my little bodysuit, so make sure I know. So the crease line, well, okay, so we've got our little bodysuit on that crease line there. See how on the hoop there's a little notch here and a little notch there? We're going to place the bodysuit on that crease line, right in line with those little notches right there. Now, depending where you want to place your design on your bodysuit, Now, depending where you want to place your design on the little bodysuit is how far up you're going to have the neckline close to the edge of the hoop. I like to have it, I'll show you. Hopefully you can see. So here's the neckline. I like to have the neckline, the seam right on the edge of the hoop here. And then just make sure that's like firm, pulling not too tight but just firm, and then I'm going to flip it over and just hold it down while I just pull it out so it's nice and even. Now just pop it open up the top here, hopefully you can see, and well, see, it's actually come off center of that crease line, so I'm just going to bring it over a little bit. And then that is perfect. Now what I do, I actually pin it on the top here. And then we come down to the bottom. So I'm just gonna flip up the little bodysuit. Now the crease is still there. Hopefully you can see. It's a bit hard in this light. And I am just going to pull it a little bit, not too much, but just a little bit, and make sure the crease is right on that notch as well. And then I'm just going to place a pin here. Just to hold it in place. Now we've got our top and our bottom pinned. I like to do the sides, so I'm just pulling it over a little bit. And then I'm making sure I'm feeling it's flat on the inside here, which it is. And then I'm gonna lift it up. And on the center, you'll see there's another center little notch here on the sides as well, on both sides. So I'm going to pop a pin on both sides. And flip it over this way, and then just pull it out a little bit so it's nice and flat. Make sure I just guide it with my hand that it's nice and flat. Yep. And then and what you want to do, you want to try and pin as close to the edge as possible. Okay, so now we've got our 4 pins in. Now there's another 2 spots I also do. So up where the sleeve is, because there's a bit of material floating, you know, loosely there, I want to pull the sleeve up a little bit, pull it out flat and then pin right in the corner where the sleeves are, basically. And then we'll do the other side. Just pull it up a little bit. Like I said, you don't want to pull too much because you don't want it too tight. You just want it firmly pulled so there's no lax in the material at all. Okay, so there you go. Little bodysuit, all pinned. So there's 6 pins on this. Now, it's not everybody's cup of tea to actually float the hoop the way I do this. I have actually tried a few different ways. I've tried stretching the bodysuit over. I've tried hooping the bodysuit in the actual hoop, and I don't like it. I feel it actually stretches the bodysuit too much. It is different where a multi-needle is concerned, because I don't know, they've got the mighty hoops and it just looks smoother and hangs better. But with a single needle machine, I mean, I know people do hoop their little bodysuits, but for me, I have found this to be the best for me. Yeah, I really like this way. It works. It might not work for you, but it really works for me. Now, this isn't the last step. There's still another step to do before you embroider your little bodysuit. Now, what I do, I actually, with my little Cricut Easy Press, I actually fuse the little bodysuit to the stabilizer. That actually makes it really firmly placed onto the stabilizer, so when you are embroidering, it is smooth and crisp, and you shouldn't really have any puckering, not unless there's some major problems in your design. But I have done it the other way, where before I had my little Cricut Easy Press, I didn't fuse the bodysuit to the stabilizer, and I can see the difference now because I do it every time, and it's just a better finish, actually, a real better finish on your little bodysuit. So I'll show you what I do. Now there's one thing here I have got to mention, and it really frustrated me for the longest time because I couldn't work out why my little body stains were, I couldn't work out why my little bodysuits were being stained with little black dots. And then I realized the pins I use, the little knob at the top, if I get my Cricut little Easy Press on it, it melts a bit, and I got little black dots. So be careful, depending on the pins you use, you really got to be careful on this step that you are not getting too close to the pins while you're fusing the bodysuit to the stabilizer, because it will melt and you will stain your little bodysuit, and that is most frustrating. All right. So all I'm going to do, I know where my pins are placed on the edges because I can feel the little knobs, and well, we're not going to go right to the edges, but it's good to know that whereabouts they are. Oops, it turned. Okay, so we know where our pins are. Just be mindful of that, and we really just want to fuse the bodysuit onto the stabilizer, ensuring we remember where we've put those pins, that we don't go anywhere near it, and just go over it a few times. Okay, that's done, guys. So now I know that my little bodysuit here is fused quite well to the stabilizer, and it actually looks very crisp and flattened. That's the only word I can use is flattened. And so now I'm ready to place this on my embroidery machine. Once you have the hoop on the machine, embroidery machine, just do the trace line of the design on the bodysuit to see where it is placed, where the placement is of the design. And you can adjust it if necessary. But I find when I float my bodysuits this way, and I know my machine now, so I know the sizing of the designs, I don't have a problem with it at all. And once you have started your embroidery, you can always, when you're taking off doing the applique, you can always remove this pin down here, because you've already started your embroidery and it, you know, it's already secure. I find often I remove that bottom pin just so I can loosely and comfortably push the bodysuit up further and out of the way, so it's not so close to where the needle's actually going. But you do that once, I think, the longest part of your embroidery has started. I most of the time start with the name, embroidering out the name, and most often than not, the name is down the bottom of the design. So once the name is done, I usually remove that pin down the bottom so I can move the bodysuit up higher with my hands to see, you know, how it's stitching out better. But anyway, guys, that's how I do it. That's how I float my bodysuits, and for me, that is the best way I do it. So I don't want to try any other way. Not unless when I eventually get my multi-needle, I'll try, you know, the other way then. But for now, I'm happy doing it this way, and it stitches out perfectly. So there you go. I hope you liked my video tutorial on how to float a bodysuit. If you like the content, please subscribe and make sure you hit the notification bell and give me the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. And yeah, you'll be notified of more videos that come out. All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.